Coalition Dharma was a phrase coined by BJP leader Atal Bihari Vajpayee. And this is what his political inheritor, Narendra Modi, will have to follow. After 10 years of brute majority rule, the coalition era might have returned to Indian politics. In India, where people have been delivering fragmented mandates for 3 decades, coalition politics has been the norm. And most of the 80s, 90s, and the first decade of this century, no one party received a majority in the Lok Sabha. Then, Narendra Modi arrived in Delhi with a clear majority, marking an end to the messy coalition government. Though part of NDA, the BJP did not need to appease its partners in the next 10 years. Today, the BJP has been voted as the largest party but has failed to cross the magic number of 272 on its own strength. It will need the support of the NDA constituents to run a government at the center. This will be a first for Narendra Modi, who has never needed a crutch since he won his first assembly election in Gujarat. Running a coalition government is a tightrope walk. Balance is the key. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, from whom Narendra Modi inherited the political mantle, was the ideal leader to run a coalition government. How Vajpayee managed an irate Mamata Banerjee is a textbook example of coalition management. Before we get to Vajpayee's unique style and the Mamata anecdote, let us first look at the decades of coalition politics in India. In 73 years of India's electoral history, beginning 1951, when the first elections were held, the country has 32 years of coalition government. In contrast, it has seen 31 years of majoritarian government, including 10 years under Prime Minister Narendra Modi. But the truth is that coalition politics has been a norm in India. The first time that independent India saw parties stitching up a coalition government at the center in 1977, right after the emergency. 11 parties, including the Bharatiya Janasangh, which is the predecessor of the BJP, came together to form the Janata government. The Rainbow Coalition lasted till 1979. Farmer leader Charan Singh then became the Prime Minister with the support of Indira Gandhi's Congress. However, Indira pulled the rug from under Charan Singh's feet just after 23 days. Such is the risk of running a coalition government. Indira Gandhi returned to power in 1980 and remained India's Prime Minister till her assassination in 1983. The Congress returned to power in 1984 with a never-seen-before majority. It was riding on sympathy vote after Indira's killing. The party won 414 seats of the 441 Lok Sabha seats. And then India saw 25 years of coalitions after historic mandate of 1984. The historic mandate under Rajiv Gandhi that the Congress received would be the pinnacle of the Congress. The party's seats just went downhill from there. It was also the last time that the country was to see a single party rule for a long time. In both the UPA 1 and UPA 2 from 2004 to 2014, the Congress ran coalition governments. A single party would receive a majority in the Lok Sabha only in 2014, after 25 long years. The BJP, which led a pre-poll alliance of NDA partners, won 282 seats in 2014, crossing the magic figure 272 on its own, riding on the Narendra Modi wave. Despite anti-incumbency of 5 years, the BJP returned to power on its own in 2019, bagging 303 seats. The Pulwama attack, in which 40 CRPF personnel were killed by terrorists, came right ahead of the 2019 Lok Sabha election, and national security became the key issue. In the fractured mandate delivered by the people that the BJP has received in the 2024 Lok Sabha election, it will need the support of coalition partners like Chandrababu Naidu's TDP, which has 16 seats, and Nitish Kumar's JDU, which has 12 seats. Anyway, as we told you earlier, it was another tall BJP leader who actually was the master of coalition politics. Atal Bihari Vajpayee first became the Prime Minister for 16 days in 1996. He required the support of coalition partners as the BJP had just 161 seats. Vajpayee became the Prime Minister again in March 1998 with the support from several parties, including the Shiromani Akali Dal, Samta Party, AIADMK and the BJD. That Vajpayee government lasted for a year and 7 months. In 1999, Atal Bihari Vajpayee returned to power at the centre with the BJP bagging 182 seats. He would have to wear a crown of thorns and run a coalition government. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, because of his deftness and inclusive persona, would go on to become the first non-Congress Prime Minister to complete a 5-year term. He would also go on to give important lessons on coalition politics. He headed a government that had to balance several idiosyncratic politicians, as was evident when Vajpayee went to Kolkata to pacify Mamata Banerjee. How Atal Bihari Vajpayee would go to Kolkata in 2000 to pacify an irate Mamata Banerjee has been the stuff of legends. Mamata Banerjee was the railway minister in the Vajpayee government and was angered over the shutting down of some Sikh public sector units or the PSUs in West Bengal. Vajpayee didn't summon Mamata to Delhi. Instead, he walked the extra mile to meet her in Kolkata. Again, instead of meeting her at the Raj Bhavan where he was staying, Vajpayee went to Mamata's house to meet her mother, Gayatri Devi. As former diplomat Pawan K. Verma wrote in the Times of India in 2018, after Vajpayee's death, once there, he spent most of the time talking to Mamata's mother, inquiring about her health and mentioning in passing that her very talented daughter was sometimes stubborn, an assessment which the elderly lady completely agreed with. Vajpayee's visit to her semi-pakka house in Kolkata mollified Mamata Banerjee, conveying that she was an invaluable member of the NDA. She also realized that Vajpayee didn't just act as the head of the cabinet, but as a father figure. Vajpayee coined the term coalition Dharma, as we told you before, which means giving due respect to the coalition partners. Now let's look at the BJP and coalition partners. The Shiromani Akali Dal and the Shiv Sena, the two oldest allies of BJP, quit the NDA after the 2019 general election that gave the BJP the power to call the shots. The Akali Dal parted ways amid the farmers' agitation in September 2020, while the Uddhav Thackeray-led Shiv Sena broke away after a fiasco over the Maharashtra Chief Minister's post in October 2019. Though the BJP, with simple majority in the Lok Sabha, didn't need its allies for survival in 2014 or 2019, the story is very different in 2024. To counter the opposition India bloc, of which the Congress is a key constituent, the BJP brought together over 24 parties. Both Chandrababu Naidu and Nitish Kumar, with 16 and 12 seats respectively, have become vital for the BJP to form and continue a government at the centre. Then there are the other allies like Chirag Paswan, who are bringing in those 4-5 seats that go on to make the 295 seats of the NDA. These coalition partners will need to be kept in good humour, which will need that Vajpayee touch. Coalition politics has returned to India's politics. Coalition Dharma will most likely have to follow. Do tell us what you think about this video in the comment section, and for more news updates, subscribe to India Today.